Have you ever wondered why some people seem to wake up already aligned with success, confidence, and clarity, while others struggle to get through the day? What if I told you that your mind, even as you sleep, is absorbing ideas, shaping your reality, and quietly building the life you are destined to live? Tonight, I want to guide you into the astonishing power of your subconscious and how you can impress it with the seeds of your dreams while you sleep. This is not imagination or wishful thinking. This is practical, actionable insight from Florence Scovel Shinn's timeless teachings. The sleeping mind is one of the most remarkable yet often underestimated parts of our human experience. While the conscious mind takes a break at night, the subconscious continues to work tirelessly, processing every experience, emotion, thought, and memory from the day. It is in this quiet state that your mind is most receptive to influence and suggestion. The brain does not distinguish between what is imagined and what is real in the subconscious, meaning that the impressions you create before sleep are as influential as the events you experience in waking life. Sleep is not simply a biological necessity. It is a sacred period where your subconscious takes the raw material of your thoughts and emotions and begins to shape your reality. During this time, it can solve problems, organize memories, and even develop new pathways for learning and creativity. The subconscious does not judge, it does not doubt, it simply absorbs and organizes, making it an ideal arena for planting seeds of intention, ambition, and transformation. Understanding the power of the sleeping mind allows us to harness it consciously, turning a period that might otherwise be wasted into a time of profound personal growth and preparation for the life we wish to create. When you recognize that your mind never truly rests, you begin to see that each night is an opportunity to impress your subconscious with the patterns and realities you desire, shaping your destiny while you sleep. Words and thoughts are the building blocks of reality. Every idea, sentence, or affirmation you repeat becomes a seed in the fertile soil of the subconscious mind. If you consistently dwell on fear, failure, or lack, these thoughts form patterns that your subconscious accepts as truth and acts upon, often creating a self-fulfilling cycle. On the other hand, when you deliberately focus on positive statements, clear intentions, and vivid visualization, you are planting seeds that grow into actual experiences, behaviors, and circumstances. The power of words is not limited to speech. It extends to mental repetition, silent affirmations, and even imagination. The mind does not differentiate between spoken words and vivid internal dialogue when it comes to creating neural pathways and influencing subconscious patterns. For instance, when you consistently affirm health, abundance, or success, your subconscious begins to align your decisions, habits, and perceptions to support those affirmations. Words are energy, and like energy, they shape the environment in which the subconscious operates. When carefully chosen and repeated, they become potent tools for guiding the mind toward the outcomes you desire. The act of consciously selecting your thoughts and words is, in essence, a form of gentle programming, telling the subconscious exactly what to nurture, expand, and manifest while you rest. This process is amplified by the state of relaxation and receptivity that sleep provides, ensuring that every thought you impress upon your mind in these moments takes root deeply and grows without interference. Your subconscious mind is constantly listening, observing, and recording. It never takes a vacation, never sleeps, and never judges. It simply responds to the signals you send. By recognizing this, you can see that the words and thoughts you choose to dwell on before sleep are not merely passing notions but critical inputs that shape your inner landscape. The conscious mind might resist or doubt certain ideas, but the subconscious accepts them without question, weaving them into the fabric of your beliefs, habits, and ultimately your reality. This is why positive self-talk, intentional visualization, and the repeated affirmation of desired outcomes are so powerful. They operate silently yet continuously, creating pathways in your brain that support your goal, influence your emotions, and guide your behavior in ways you may not even notice consciously. The act of speaking or thinking intentionally before sleep is, therefore, not a trivial habit, but a profound exercise in personal creation. Every word becomes a thread in the tapestry of your life. Every thought a stone laid in the foundation of your future. By consciously choosing these inputs, you ensure that the subconscious mind works in harmony with your highest aspirations rather than reinforcing fears, doubts, or limiting beliefs. Planting these seeds of thought and intention is more than just repeating phrases. It involves truly feeling and believing the reality of what you wish to manifest. The subconscious mind responds most powerfully to emotion and conviction. A statement repeated without feeling is like a seed sown in rocky soil. It may struggle to grow. When you infuse your affirmations and visualizations with genuine emotion, clarity, and faith, the subconscious receives a clear and compelling directive, making it far more likely to act upon it. This is why the combination of mental imagery and emotional engagement is such a powerful tool for shaping reality. The mind cannot separate the feeling from the imagined scenario. When you see yourself achieving a goal, experiencing joy, or overcoming challenges in your imagination, the subconscious treats it as a true experience and works to align your external circumstances accordingly. Words and thoughts, when combined with emotional conviction, create an unstoppable force within the mind, shaping perceptions, habits, and actions that align perfectly with your intentions. Furthermore, the timing of these impressions is crucial. The moments just before sleep are the most receptive, as the conscious mind begins to quiet and the subconscious becomes fully active. This is the ideal window for planting ideas, affirmations, and intentions, as the subconscious absorbs them without resistance. Repetition over time deepens the impact, reinforcing neural connections and creating lasting patterns that influence not only your thoughts, but also your behaviors and responses to life situations. The practice of impressing the subconscious through words and thoughts before sleep is a deliberate, focused act of creation, transforming what might otherwise be passive rest into an active period of growth and manifestation. By committing to this practice, you leverage the incredible power of the sleeping mind to quietly and consistently build the life you envision, one thought and one word at a time. When you integrate this understanding into daily life, you begin to notice subtle but powerful shifts. You wake up with greater clarity, a stronger sense of purpose, and a natural alignment toward your goals. Decisions that once felt difficult or confusing become clearer, opportunities appear with greater frequency, and your overall sense of well-being improves. This is the natural result of a subconscious mind that has been thoughtful, impressed with positive, intentional, and purposeful thoughts. Your words and thoughts become more than internal chatter. They become the tools through which you consciously create your reality while resting, demonstrating the profound intelligence and responsiveness of the human mind. By consistently practicing the art of impressing the subconscious before sleep, you take control of the most influential part of your mind. You no longer leave your growth and success to chance or external circumstances. Instead, you actively shape your beliefs, perceptions, and reality from within, knowing that each night provides a fertile environment for these impressions to take root. Words and thoughts, carefully chosen and emotionally charged, become the blueprint for transformation, guiding your subconscious to align your life with your highest intentions. In this way, sleep becomes a sacred, creative, and powerful partner in your journey toward self-realization, success, and fulfillment, turning every night into an opportunity for profound personal evolution. Creating a mental script before sleep is one of the most transformative practices for harnessing the power of the subconscious. A mental script is essentially a deliberate visualization or narrative that you replay in your mind, describing the life you want to live, the person you wish to become, and the outcomes you desire. When you engage in this practice, you are giving your subconscious a clear directive. The mind does not question what it receives during these moments of deep receptivity. It simply accepts the images, thoughts, and scenarios you present as real. By vividly imagining yourself achieving your goals, navigating challenges successfully, or experiencing joy in abundance, you plant seeds that will grow into tangible results. The beauty of the mental script is that it is flexible, customizable, and entirely under your control. You can create scenes that align perfectly with your values, dreams, and aspirations, ensuring that the subconscious is aligned with your conscious intentions. Over time, this practice builds a consistent pattern in the mind, reinforcing the neural pathways that support positive outcomes and empowering you to naturally take the actions that align with your desired reality. A critical component of the mental script is sensory engagement. It is not enough to simply imagine a scenario abstractly. The mind responds most strongly to experiences that feel real. Incorporating sight, sound, touch, taste, and even emotion into your script amplifies its effect. Visualize the colors, the movements, and the environments in detail. Imagine the sounds that accompany your success, the feelings in your body, and the emotions that fill your heart. When your subconscious experiences these sensations during visualization, it treats them as memory, cementing the reality of your intentions and preparing the mind to manifest them in waking life. The mental script becomes more than a passive exercise. It becomes an active rehearsal of your ideal life, training the subconscious to recognize opportunities, make aligned decisions, and attract the people and circumstances that support your vision. Equally important is the release of negative patterns. Just as planting positive seeds is essential, removing the weeds of doubt, fear, and resentment is necessary to create fertile ground for growth. Negative thoughts and unresolved emotions act as barriers, preventing the subconscious from fully absorbing the positive impressions you intend to plant. The mind naturally focuses on what is most present and compelling. If fear or resentment dominates your thinking before sleep, your subconscious may prioritize those patterns instead, reinforcing obstacles and limitations. By consciously letting go of past hurts, forgiving yourself and others, and affirming peace and clarity, you clear the mental and emotional space for new, empowering patterns to take root. This is not simply a matter of thinking positively. It is a deliberate act of purification and alignment. Ensure that your subconscious receives only the impressions that support growth, abundance, and fulfillment. Techniques for releasing negative patterns can be as simple or as elaborate as necessary, but the underlying principle is consistent. Acknowledge what exists, accept it without judgment, and consciously redirect attention to constructive, harmonious thoughts. This might involve journaling, speaking affirmations of forgiveness and release, or mentally visualizing negative patterns dissolving and being replaced with light and clarity. As the mind releases these obstacles, the subconscious becomes more receptive to the positive mental script you have created. In this state, every thought, word, and image presented before sleep gains a profound level of influence, forming the blueprint for both your inner and outer world. Integrating the mental script with the release of negative patterns creates a powerful synergy. On one side, you are providing your subconscious with clear, vivid, emotionally charged scenarios to emulate, and on the other, you are removing the barriers that could interfere with manifestation. This dual approach maximizes the potential of your sleeping mind, ensuring that the impressions left are unimpeded, deeply internalized, and more likely to manifest in reality. Your subconscious begins to operate as an ally rather than a passive recorder of experiences, actively supporting your goals, reinforcing positive beliefs, and guiding your actions toward alignment with your highest intentions. Creating a mental script also helps to cultivate a strong sense of self-efficacy. By repeatedly experiencing success and positive outcomes in the imagination, you train your mind to expect favorable results. This expectation shifts your behavior, your decision-making, and even your perception of challenges. Problems that once seemed insurmountable are approached with confidence and creativity, because the subconscious has already rehearsed solutions. The practice of mental scripting is, therefore, not a passive escape from reality. It is an active rehearsal that prepares the mind and body to respond effectively in real-life situations. It strengthens the connection between intention, action, and outcome, creating a harmonious flow in which your conscious desires, subconscious programming, and external circumstances align seamlessly. The process of releasing negative patterns also fosters emotional resilience. When you consciously let go of fear, resentment, and self-doubt, you are training your subconscious to default to calm, clarity, and confidence. This habitual release becomes a form of emotional hygiene, allowing your mind to remain clear, receptive, and focused on constructive impressions. Emotional clutter can cloud judgment, distort perception, and diminish the impact of your mental script. By consistently clearing this clutter before sleep, you create an optimal environment for your subconscious to work without interference, ensuring that the patterns you plant are not only absorbed but also acted upon naturally and effectively. It is also valuable to recognize that the subconscious does not distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is physically experienced. By treating your mental script as a lived experience, complete with emotional intensity and sensory detail, you engage the same neural pathways that would be activated by real events. This principle allows you to practice skills, rehearse outcomes, and strengthen confidence in a safe and controlled environment. The subconscious records these experiences as authentic memories, and when similar situations arise in waking life, your mind naturally draws upon this internal rehearsal to guide responses, creating consistency between imagined and lived reality. Consistency and repetition are essential to maximizing the effectiveness of both the mental script and the release of negative patterns. One-time efforts may create momentary shifts, but long-term, deliberate practice ensures deep internalization and lasting change. Each night, as you engage with your mental script and release obstacles, the subconscious receives reinforcement, strengthening neural pathways and aligning your behaviors, emotions, and decisions with the reality you desire. Over time, this consistent practice cultivates a profound sense of empowerment, clarity, and alignment, transforming not only the experiences of your waking life, but also the very framework through which you perceive and interact with the world. By combining the practice of creating a vivid, emotionally charged mental script with the conscious release of limiting patterns, you harness a powerful tool for personal transformation. Sleep becomes a period of active creation rather than passive rest, a time when the subconscious mind absorbs, organizes, and prepares the seeds of intention for manifestation. The process teaches patience, self-awareness, and disciplined focus, while also cultivating the faith that your subconscious mind is a reliable ally in shaping your reality. Each night, as you close your eyes, you step into a sacred practice of co-creation, leaving impressions that quietly yet powerfully guide your journey toward the life you envision, aligning your inner world with the external reality you seek to cultivate. Visualizing with emotion is one of the most potent ways to impress the subconscious mind. The human mind is not a passive observer, it is an active participant that responds most strongly to vivid, emotionally charged experiences. When you imagine a scenario in detail and feel the associated emotions as if it were real, the subconscious cannot distinguish it from actual events. This principle allows you to rehearse success, happiness, abundance, or any desired outcome before it manifests in reality. Visualization alone, without emotional engagement, can be limited in effect because the subconscious responds most powerfully to feelings rather than abstract thoughts. Emotions act as a form of fuel, intensifying the impact of the mental images you create. When you imagine achieving a goal and simultaneously feel the excitement, pride, and joy that would accompany that achievement, your subconscious begins to work to align your external reality with the vivid, emotionally rich picture you have created internally. This practice transforms the sleeping mind into an active participant in your personal development, creating a seamless connection between imagination and manifestation. The process of visualizing with emotion begins with clarity of intention. You must know exactly what you want to experience or achieve, and you must form a clear mental picture of it. It is not enough to simply hope or vaguely wish for success. The image must be detailed and precise. Imagine the setting, the people involved, the sounds, the textures, and the emotions that fill the moment. Every sense you engage strengthens the impression in the subconscious mind. The more real and alive the visualization feels, the more effectively your subconscious mind can absorb it as truth. Over time, repeated practice conditions your mind to expect positive outcomes, reinforcing confidence, determination, and resilience in the pursuit of your goals. The combination of mental clarity and emotional intensity creates a blueprint for the subconscious to follow, providing guidance and direction even while you sleep. Emotions are particularly powerful because they bypass the critical, rational thinking of the conscious mind and communicate directly with the subconscious. Fear, doubt, and worry operate in the same way, shaping the subconscious when allowed to dominate your thoughts. This is why consciously choosing emotions to pair with your visualizations is so important. When you feel gratitude, joy, confidence, or love while imagining your desired outcomes, these positive emotional patterns imprint themselves deeply in the subconscious, creating a natural alignment between your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Your mind begins to act in ways that support your intentions almost automatically, attracting circumstance, opportunities, and people that resonate with the energy of the feelings you cultivate. The subconscious is like fertile soil, and emotions are the water and sunlight that allow the seeds of thought to grow into tangible reality. Visualization with emotion is not limited to specific moments or achievements. It can also be applied to personal growth, healing, and transformation. You can imagine yourself overcoming challenges, responding calmly to difficulties, or embodying traits you wish to develop. The subconscious does not differentiate between imagined experiences and real ones. By repeatedly visualizing positive behaviors, solutions to problems, or states of inner peace and strength, you create neural pathways that prepare your mind and body to respond effectively in real-life situations. This rehearsal shapes both your internal landscape and external reality, fostering consistency between intention, perception, and action. The act of feeling the emotions associated with these visualizations reinforce their impact, making them more likely to manifest in tangible ways. The timing of visualization is also significant. The moments before sleep, when the conscious mind is quiet and the subconscious is highly receptive, provide an ideal window for this practice. During this period, your mind is not distracted by external stimuli or critical analysis. By engaging emotionally charged visualization before sleep, you allow the subconscious to absorb and internalize the experiences you wish to create. This practice transforms sleep from a passive state into an active period of manifestation, where your mind continues to work on shaping reality according to the vivid, emotional impressions you leave it. Over time, consistent practice leads to subtle but profound shifts in perception, behavior, and circumstance, aligning your waking life with the goals and outcomes you rehearse internally. Emotional visualization also strengthens belief and confidence. When you repeatedly feel the emotions of success, abundance, or joy, your subconscious begins to accept these experiences as normal and attainable. This expectation of positive outcomes becomes a guiding force, influencing decisions, reactions, and interpretations of events. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable are approached with a sense of possibility and creativity because the subconscious has been conditioned to anticipate solutions. Emotional visualization bridges the gap between desire and reality, turning aspiration into lived experiences through the power of consistent, heartfelt mental rehearsal. The effectiveness of this practice can be enhanced by integrating gratitude into your visualization. Gratitude amplifies emotional resonance and reinforces the subconscious impression. By feeling gratitude as you visualize desired outcomes, you signal to your mind that these experiences are already present and attainable. Gratitude shifts your energy from lack or longing to abundance and expectation, further strengthening the impact of your visualization. The subconscious perceives this alignment between thought, feeling, and belief as a clear directive, accelerating the manifestation process and creating a harmonious flow between internal intention and external reality. Visualization with emotion is also an exercise in imagination and creativity. The subconscious mind thrives on vivid, engaging experiences, and the more creative you construct your visualizations, the more receptive it becomes. Imagine outcomes in new ways, explore possibilities, and allow yourself to feel deeply involved in the scenarios you create. This practice not only impresses the subconscious, but also expands your sense of what is possible, breaking mental limitations and fostering innovation, adaptability, and resilience. Each night becomes an opportunity to explore the infinite potential of your mind and to cultivate a strong, positive, and empowering vision for your life. The practice of visualization with emotion teaches patience and consistency. Immediate results are rare, but persistent engagement shapes lasting patterns in the subconscious. Each night of practice adds another layer of depth and clarity to the impressions you create, gradually transforming thought into belief, belief into habit, and habit into reality. The subconscious, constantly absorbing and organizing these impressions, works quietly and efficiently to align your life with the experiences and outcomes you have envisioned. This disciplined practice cultivates self-mastery, emotional intelligence, and a profound understanding of the creative power inherent within the mind. By committing to visualization with emotion, you engage in a process that integrates intention, imagination, and feeling into a seamless practice of personal creation. The subconscious mind becomes a powerful partner, absorbing the vivid, emotionally charged experiences you provide and translating them into actions, behaviors, and opportunities that reflect your inner vision. Over time, this practice reshapes not only the external circumstances of your life but also your internal world, fostering confidence, clarity, and alignment with your highest aspirations. Sleep transforms into a dynamic, creative force, where your subconscious continues the work of manifestation, solidifying the connection between the reality you imagine and the life you are actively creating. The release of negative patterns complements emotional visualization perfectly, as it clears the mental and emotional space necessary for these impressions to take hold. Negative emotions, doubts, and unresolved conflicts act as barriers that diminish the potency of your visualization. By consciously letting go of these patterns, you allow the subconscious to receive your mental images fully and without interference. This combination of releasing what no longer serves you and reinforcing positive, emotionally rich visualizations creates an optimal environment for transformation. Each night becomes a practice of intentional creation, where emotional energy, focused imagination, and the clearing of mental obstacles work together to shape your reality in alignment with your deepest desires. Over time, integration of emotional visualization and the release of negative patterns cultivates a profound sense of empowerment and agency. You begin to recognize the role of your subconscious in shaping your life and develop the skill to direct it consciously. Emotional visualization trains the mind to anticipate positive outcomes, to embrace challenges as opportunities, and to engage fully with the experiences you wish to create. By combining clarity of intention, emotional intensity, and the removal of limiting patterns, you harness the most receptive part of your mind to act as a reliable partner in manifestation. Sleep becomes not just a period of rest, but a sacred, creative process where your subconscious works tirelessly to align your inner world with the reality you aspire to cultivate. Repetition is one of the most effective tools for impressing the subconscious mind. The subconscious does not think in terms of logic or reasoning, it learns through consistent patterns and repeated impressions. Every word, thought, or image that you introduce repeatedly creates a neural pathway that strengthens over time, shaping your beliefs, behaviors, and ultimately your reality. This principle explains why affirmations, visualizations, and deliberate mental exercises gain power through consistency. One-time efforts may leave only faint traces, but regular, repeated impressions embed themselves deeply into the subconscious, creating habits, influencing decisions, and aligning your actions with the outcomes you desire. Repetition acts like the sculptor's hand, gradually shaping the clay of the subconscious into the form that matches your intention. It is the mechanism by which fleeting thoughts are transformed into lasting patterns, and by which your sleeping mind can absorb and act upon the seeds of transformation you plant each night. The timing and method of repetition amplify its effectiveness. The moments just before sleep are ideal because the conscious mind begins to quiet, and the subconscious becomes highly receptive. By repeating positive statements, visualizations, or mental scripts at this time, you maximize the potential for these impressions to take root without interference from conscious doubt or distraction. Simple, clear, and emotionally charged statements repeated consistently create a blueprint that the subconscious mind uses as a guide. This process is not about forcing change, but about gently programming the mind to align with your intentions. Over time, these repeated impressions alter perception, influence habitual responses, and strengthen confidence, demonstrating the profound impact that consistent repetition can have on both internal states and external circumstances. Repetition also works in conjunction with emotion and belief. A statement repeated mechanically without emotional engagement or conviction may have limited effect, but when paired with feeling, clarity, and faith, it becomes a powerful directive to the subconscious. The mind is highly responsive to emotionally charged patterns, so by repeating statements that evoke genuine excitement, gratitude, or confidence, you deepen their imprint and ensure that the subconscious fully integrates them. Over time, the repeated impressions shape your habits, strengthen your resolve, and attract circumstances that resonate with the energy of the repeated ideas. This combination of repetition, emotional engagement, and clarity is the cornerstone of subconscious programming, turning simple words and thoughts into transformative tools that shape your life. Trusting in the process is essential when working with the subconscious. The mind operates on its own timetable, and the effects of repeated impressions may not be immediately visible. Patience and faith allow the subconscious to organize, align, and manifest the seeds you plant. Impatience, doubt, or overanalysis can interfere with the natural flow of subconscious activity, diminishing the effectiveness of repetition. by consistently reinforcing positive patterns and trusting that the mind is quietly working behind the scenes, you allow the process to unfold organically. Each night, every repeated thought or affirmation contributes to the cumulative effect, gradually aligning your beliefs, habits, and actions with the life you intend to create. The subconscious is also highly responsive to the quality of the impressions it receives. Repetition is most effective when it is purposeful, clear, and directed toward constructive outcomes. Random, scattered, or negative repetition can reinforce undesirable patterns, while focused, deliberate repetition strengthens positive beliefs and behaviors. This principle highlights the importance of mindfulness in the practice of repetition. By consciously selecting the ideas, statements, or visualizations you repeat, you guide the subconscious toward patterns that support growth, abundance, and fulfillment. Over time, these consistent, high-quality impressions become ingrained, influence thought, behavior, and perception in ways that feel natural and effortless. Repetition cultivates a sense of internal alignment. As your subconscious absorbs the repeated patterns, your conscious thoughts, emotions, and actions begin to harmonize with the desired outcomes. This alignment reduces internal conflict, increases confidence, and enhances the clarity of purpose. You begin to notice that opportunities, solutions, and insights appear more readily, as your subconscious has already prepared pathways for manifestation. The process is subtle yet profound, demonstrating how consistent reinforcement can shape reality without requiring force or struggle. The repeated engagement with positive patterns ensures that your mind remains focused on growth, creativity, and constructive action, fostering an inner environment conducive to success and fulfillment. The practice of repetition also builds resilience and persistence. Life inevitably presents challenges, setbacks, and distractions, but when positive patterns are deeply embedded through repetition, the mind naturally returns to alignment with your intention. This consistent reinforcement acts as an anchor, maintaining focus and confidence even in the face of obstacles. Repetition, therefore, not only programs the subconscious but also strengthens the conscious mind, creating a seamless partnership between intention and manifestation. The mind becomes a reliable collaborator, responding to repeated signals with adaptive behavior, constructive thought, and intuitive guidance. Repetition is most effective when it is integrated into a holistic practice that includes visualization, emotional engagement, and the release of negative patterns. Each component enhances the others. Visualization provides vivid imagery for the subconscious to absorb, emotional engagement fuels the impressions with energy, and the release of negative patterns clears the mind to receive the repeated messages fully. Repetition acts as the glue that binds these practices together, ensuring consistency and long-term integration. By engaging in this practice nightly, you create a structured, powerful routine that leverages the subconscious mind as a dynamic partner in shaping your reality. The act of trusting in the process complements repetition by reinforcing faith and patience. The subconscious may take time to align with your repeated impressions, but consistency ensures that each repetition strengthens the underlying pattern. Trust allows you to release the need for immediate results, creating space for the subconscious to work effectively. Over time, the cumulative effect of repeated, emotionally charged, and clearly directed impression leads to profound changes in thought patterns, behavior, and external circumstances. You begin to notice a natural alignment between your intentions and the experience that unfold in your life, demonstrating the powerful impact of consistent, purposeful repetition. Repetition also trains the mind to recognize opportunity and take aligned action. As repeated impressions strengthen belief and expectation, the subconscious begins to guide attention and perception towards circumstances that resonate with the repeated patterns. You start to notice opportunities that were previously overlooked, solutions to problems become more apparent, and interactions with others align more harmoniously with your intentions. This alignment is not accidental. It is the natural result of the subconscious mind responding to consistent, repeated input. Over time, repetition cultivates a sense of mastery, confidence, and agency, demonstrating how small, deliberate actions can generate significant, long-lasting transformation in both internal and external realms. Trust reinforces repetition by allowing the subconscious to work without interference. Patience, faith, and consistency are essential components of the process. By trusting that each repeated thought, affirmation, or visualization is creating a meaningful impression, you release resistance and allow the subconscious to function optimally. This combination of repetition and trust ensures that the seeds you plant each night grow steadily, guiding your thoughts, behaviors, and experiences toward the reality you wish to create. The mind becomes a co-creator, translating repeated impressions into aligned action, constructive perception, and tangible outcome. Dreams are not random occurrences. They are the subconscious mind's way of processing experiences, emotions, and impressions. When you understand this, you can learn to use dreams as a playground of possibility, a place where your mind works creatively to solve problems, rehearse scenarios, and explore potential outcomes. The subconscious communicates symbolically through dreams, often using imagery, emotions, and narratives to convey insights that may not be immediately apparent to the conscious mind. By paying attention to your dreams, reflecting on their messages, and aligning them with your conscious intentions, you gain access to a rich source of guidance and inspiration. Dreams allow the mind to experiment freely, testing ideas, exploring solutions, and rehearsing actions without the constraints of reality. When intentionally engaged, this nightly process becomes a powerful tool for personal development, creative problem solving, and manifestation. Interpreting dreams is an essential step in harnessing their potential. While dreams may appear abstract or nonsensical on the surface, they often contain symbolic representations of internal conflicts, desires, or opportunities. By learning to interpret these symbols, you can uncover insights about your goals, relationships, and challenges. Keeping a dream journal is a practical way to capture these nocturnal messages, allowing patterns to emerge and connections to be recognized over time. Writing down dreams upon waking strengthens memory, clarifies meaning, and enhances your awareness of the subconscious processes at work. This practice turns dreaming into an active tool for growth, enabling you to integrate subconscious insights into your conscious life. Dreams also serve as a rehearsal space for your subconscious to align with your intentions. When you create clear mental scripts, affirmations, and visualizations before sleep, the subconscious continues to process them during dreaming. You may find yourself acting out scenarios in dreams, exploring solutions to challenges, or experiencing desired outcomes. These dream rehearsals reinforce the patterns you plant consciously, strengthening neural pathways and preparing your mind for real-world application. The vivid experiences of dreams, even when symbolic or fantastical, provide a form of training for the subconscious, allowing it to respond more effectively in waking life. By consciously guiding the focus of your dreams, you can maximize their impact on your personal growth and goal achievement. Dreams also provide an opportunity to observe and release limiting beliefs. Often, fears, doubts, and unresolved conflicts surface in dreams, offering insight into mental patterns that may be obstructing progress. Rather than ignoring or dismissing these messages, acknowledging and reflecting on them allows for conscious intervention. By identifying negative patterns and replacing them with positive intentions, you create a feedback loop where the subconscious integrates constructive alternatives. This process strengthens resilience, self-awareness, and the ability to respond proactively to challenges. Dreams become not just a reflection of the past, but a laboratory for experimentation, learning, and transformation. The emotional intensity of dreams amplifies the subconscious impact. Just as emotional visualization during wakefulness impresses the mind, emotions experienced in dreams create powerful internal impressions. Positive dream experiences, such as feelings of confidence, creativity, or accomplishment, reinforce the corresponding traits in waking life. Conversely, recurring negative dream patterns signal areas that require attention, allowing you to consciously release them and replace them with constructive alternatives. By engaging with the emotional content of dreams intentionally, you cultivate a subconscious environment conducive to growth, alignment, and manifestation of desired outcomes. Dreams also encourage creativity and innovation. The subconscious mind operates without the limitations of conscious logic, allowing for unique problem-solving approaches, new ideas, and imaginative solutions. Many discoveries in art, science, and literature have been inspired by dream experience, demonstrating the mind's natural capacity for creative exploration during sleep. By consciously preparing the mind with intentions and mental scripts before sleep, can direct this creative energy toward your goals, using dreams as a laboratory for innovation, insight, and personal development. The possibilities within the dream state are vast, limited only by the clarity and focus of the intentions you establish before rest. Attention to dreams cultivates a heightened sense of intuition. The subconscious absorbs more than just visual and emotional impressions. It recognizes patterns, anticipates outcomes, and perceives opportunities that may elude the conscious mind. Dreams often provide subtle guidance in decision-making, highlighting options, potential consequences, or creative solutions. By cultivating awareness of these messages, reflecting on their meaning, and applying insights consciously, you strengthen the connection between intuition and action. Dreams become a bridge between the subconscious and conscious mind, enhancing decision-making, problem-solving, and personal growth. Dreams also reinforce trust in the subconscious process. Observing how solutions, insights, or creative ideas arise during sleep fosters confidence in the intelligence and responsiveness of the mind. This trust encourages patience and faith in the manifestation of your intentions, reducing anxiety and overthinking. As you align your conscious efforts with the guidance provided through dreams, you create a cooperative relationship between conscious intention and subconscious processing. Sleep becomes not just restorative but a dynamic partner in your personal and professional development, reinforcing patterns, preparing strategies, and cultivating clarity. Paying attention to recurring dream themes enhances self-awareness and personal growth. Patterns that repeat in dreams often reflect deeply ingrained beliefs, habits, or desires. By observing these themes, you can identify areas for transformation, reframe limiting narratives, and replace them with empowering alternatives. The subconscious communicates persistently through repetition, providing ongoing guidance. Recognizing these signals allows you to work in harmony with the mind's natural processes, transforming sleep from a passive state into a highly productive period of personal evolution. Each night, the subconscious rehearses, refines, and aligns with the intentions you consciously set, preparing the mind to navigate life with greater clarity, creativity, and resilience. Finally, aligning dream awareness with conscious action creates a powerful cycle of manifestation. Dreams provide insights, rehearsals, and emotional reinforcement, while waking application converts these impressions into tangible outcomes. By integrating lessons, ideas, and solutions from dreams into daily life, you close the loop between subconscious activity and conscious creation. This alignment strengthens the mind's ability to attract opportunities, respond effectively to challenges, and maintain focus on desired outcomes. The interplay between dreaming and conscious action ensures that the seeds planted in the subconscious during sleep are nurtured, cultivated, and manifested in reality. Each night becomes a continuation of purposeful creation, where the subconscious mind works in harmony with conscious intention to shape a life aligned with your deepest desires and highest potential.